Welcome back. My name is Sunil and you are watching Wagtail screencast for the beginners. And in this eighth screencast, we are going to look into days. Let me just update the agenda for this screencast. So this is what exactly we are looking for this in this screencast: slug URL and page URL. And we will be also updating a new class called blog tag index page, and we will be updating the blog tag index page template. So this is the new template that we are going to create inside the blog app, and obviously then we will run the server to uh, filter based on tag, right? So let's say if we are going to click on tag on respective blog post, it should come all the blog with that particular tag. So let's open the text editor and let's activate the virtual environment. So you can say source vnb bin activate to activate it and run the server. And now we can browse through the local host with 8000 port, and if we go /blog, we'll have the blog index page. And let's say for this particular blog, if we wanted to see the tag, so currently we have the tag here. So this is first blog, the Wagtail demo. So there are three different tags out there. So let's say if we are going to click on Wagtail demo, essentially the URL should change with all the blog with that respective tag. So this is what we meant by the based on the tag filter, right? So now let us understand first what is slug URL and the page URL. So if you can go inside the admin panel of the blog, inside the admin panel, if you click on any individual blog post, inside the promote section there is something called slug, right? So this slug is getting generated automatically based on the title you gave. So here you give given the title called first blog in Wagtail demo, and the slug got created automatically without a space, right? So this is the slug URL. And what exactly the page URL is, so it is more commonly used because it is unambiguous and avoid extra database lookup, right? So now obviously the page URL is much better compared to blog slug URL. But in this case of the page object is not readily available, so we fall back on the less preferred, which is the slug URL tag, right? So what we need to do here is we need to create one more class inside the blog models.py called blog tag index page. So let's open the models.py, and just below the blog tag index page, blog index page, let us create one more class here. So we can give class blog tag index page and define it as a page, and then let's say get context self request tag request dot get dot tag. And since all these tags are connected with the blog page, so give it call the blog page here, not the blog gallery, it should be only the blog page. Objects dot filter, and filter based on tag name. right? And then let's define the context. Super get context, and this context, uh, let's make it on blog page, and this return the context, right? So now we have updated the models.py for the blog tag index page. So now what we need to do here is, since we have updated the models, we need to stop the server and we need to do the make migration. So python manage.py make migrations, and so blog tag index page has been created, you can see. Now let's migrate it, right? Now let's run the server, and if you run the server, then if you go and check it out, essentially there should not be any changes in the post. So there is no changes in the post since we have just added the index page, and that index page is not updated yet in the template. So there won't be changes neither in the backend or in the front end. So what we need to do here is, first we need to create the blog tag index, the template. So as we have mentioned in the today's agenda, so let's create this template inside the template section. So go inside the template and say new file and keep it in a small case. So it should be blog underscore tag underscore index underscore page dot html. And what we need to do here is, if you can browse through the tutorial, so in the tutorial we have just covered up like by adding the updating the models.py, and then we have to just update this particular template inside the blog underscore tag underscore index underscore page. So let's copy this template from here and let's go and paste inside the new template which we have created. Now if you go and run the server, so make sure server is running. So we can see here server is running, and then as per the tutorial, let's say if you access the tags, essentially all the tag should come, like all the post should come with that particular tag, right? So as per the tutorial, let's say we have created some sort of tag inside the admin panel. So let's say here in the first post we have a tag called first blog Wagtail demo Wagtail, and then in the second let's see post what we have created, and we have second blog Wagtail demo and Wagtail, right? So there are two tags are common, like the Wagtail demo, right? So what we need to do here is go and refresh this page, and if it is possible, let's restart the server so that the changes should reflect, since we have updated our template. And go and refresh it, and if you go and click on Wagtail demo, nothing happens, right? So essentially it should second blog, okay, we have updated the blog page inside the tag index page, right? So okay, so if we should click on this one, it should go to the it should display all the post with the Wagtail demo tag. So we will be also checking, like, why this is not working. So but like this we can update the tag inside the admin panel, and if we go and also click on that particular tag, essentially it should display all the blog with that particular tag. So if we can open that the new template that we have created, so we have I think calling it correctly, and here we are calling the page URL blog and then revised. Okay, demo page with that particular tag. So let's see as per the tutorial what it says. So if we go and say /tag, let's see, uh, /tag, if you give, so it says page not found, uh, usually so maybe some issues are there. 404 is, that means page not found. So we will be also checking, like, why this so essentially if you give /tags, uh, it should come with the all tag, and then if you go and click on that particular tag, it should show the all blog with that tag, right? So we will be also checking like why 404 error page is coming. So now let us also look into the categories here. So in the categories section, what we are going to do here is we are going to define the blog category, right? So let's say you are writing the multiple blogs, and the multiple blog has the multiple category in terms of functional category, right? So let's say if you are writing for the technical, let's say the Django blog, or if you're writing the Wagtail blog, or if you're writing the Bootstrap blog, or if you're writing the React.js blog, or if you're writing the general blog, so you can define the category from the admin panel, and if you go and click on that category, essentially it should redirect you to the all blog within that category, right? So what we need to do here is we need to also update the models.py to bring the category in place. So let us go and call the import from here. So let we are importing the register underscore snippet. So let us open the blog models, and inside the blog models on top, let's import it, and then there is a blog category here, the new model, and we are registering this as a snippet, right? So inside the Wagtail dashboard, snippet will also give you one provision where you can just update the category from here, right, in the left hand side in dashboard. So what we need to do here is let's go and copy this one, and we are going to update the model. So let us go and update. Let's say if we are updating below this, uh, and save this one, and then we need to stop the server, and let's do python manage.py make migrations, and then migrate it. And once you migrate it, run the server, and if you run the server and go inside the admin panel, so you see here the snippet has came here, right? So if you go and click on the snippet, now we have the blog category. So this blog category is coming because we have just now updated the new class called blog category, and we can go and add some category here. So we can say add blog category. So let's say we can call it here Wagtail, and if you wanted to give some icon image for that category, we can give the icon image, and let's say add it more category called Django, and we have two category. And you would have noticed one thing, like whenever we are adding a new category, there is only one option comes called save, just like page. Inside page, if you go, you will have let's say if we are adding a blog, so you see there are multiple options are coming, like publish, submit for moderation, save draft, right? Three categories are coming. But if you go and click on snippet, it gives only one option called save. That means if you register the snippet, you won't have a provision of submitting the category or whatever the snippet types for the moderation, right? So you can you will have it only one option. So make sure whenever you are working on the real project, you are adopting the right approach, right? So now we have two different category called Wagtail and the Django. Now let's go inside the blog and and let's check it out here. So currently there are no changes inside the admin panel for the respective post. So what we are also going to do here is we are also going to update the blog page, right? So that the category should come inside the admin panel when we are writing a new post. So for that, what we need to do here is we need to go inside the blog page model. So this is our blog page model, and inside the blog page model, just below the tag, let us update the categories. And keep that category as the foreign key. So in Wagtail this is parental key, right? Parental and many to many filled, right? And then we can give here blog and blog category, and we can keep it blank equals to true. And once you keep that, since we have updated the category here, we need to also update the panel. So inside the panel, let's say if we are if you want, you can give it here, or let's say if you are giving it here, so we can give the new field panel. And this new field panel, let's keep it categories, and let's consider it as a visit form. And this category should come is as a form where we can have the checkbox, right? So in Wagtail there is something called checkbox select multiple, right? And since we have added parental many to many field, so we can see some error, underline error, right? So we need to just also import this one. So go inside, go on top of the models.py, and we have parental key. Just after parental key, you add the parental many to many field as well. And since we have also imported the forms inside the blog page, so let's go inside the blog page, and we can see here inside the content panel we have forms. So we should also import the form. So on top, let's also import from Django DB import forms, right? And from Django.db import forms. Okay, it should not be .db, I think it should be Django import forms, right? So now we have zero error on the terminal, as we can see in on the terminal here. So now stop the server and do the make migration, and we have successfully did the make migration, and then just migrate it and then run the server. And now if you go and refresh this page, there should be one option called category here, right? So whatever the category you put it inside the snippet, it is going to reflect here in the category section while writing a new post. So just to check it out whether everything is working perfectly fine or not, so let's add one more categories, right? So let's add one more category inside the snippet, and let's add Bootstrap, and let's save this one. So now we have three different categories. Now go and check any blog. So we are checking the first blog. Now we have three different categories: the Wagtail, Django, and the Bootstrap, right? So like this we need to update the category. Now let's say this is the Wagtail blog and the Django blog, so we can select this one and we can say publish. So moment we do publish, and if you go and check it out on the front page, so essentially in the front page there should not be any changes, everything should be working perfectly fine. So inside this first blog, uh, everything is working perfectly fine. Let's say if you would like to update the category on that page also, I mean in the front end also, we need to update the blog page, right? So let's say if you want this particular blog should come inside certain category, so you have to update the template. So now open the blog underscore page.html, and inside this we need to update the category. And let's say for this category, just below, let's say the title, if we are looking for, so we have page title here, and then we have page date, and let's say within this, so if you go and refer the tutorial, we have the tutorial for this. So we have just now updated the blog page, and then we are going to update the template. So we are as per the tutorial, it says we can update it below the title and the date. So let's copy this particular template and let's add it in below this date, right? So let's add it here and save this one. And that's, if there is no error, the in terminal you can see everything should run perfectly fine. And go and refresh this page. So now we can see posted inside the Wagtail Django, right? So this is the two different category. Now what we can do here is, let's say if you wanted to post this blog in with only the Wagtail category. Now let's go and update your post from the admin panel. So let's say Django, we are unchecking it and we are keeping only the Wagtail in check. Now go and publish this one, and if you can refresh this page, now you can see there is only one category called Wagtail. So like this we can update the category also within the Wagtail. Now post uh, updating the category, we will be also working on like how we can integrate the Bootstrap within this blog. So as we have seen in the previous screencast, like updating the Bootstrap is very simple. You can go to the getbootstrap.com and you can click on get started, and within the get started section there are certain templates are there. So if you go and check within the starter template, there is a Bootstrap CSS here. So just copy this Bootstrap CSS and open the base.html. So we have the base.html inside this. So let's open the base.html, and within the base.html, within the head section, let's add it here, right? So we have updated the Bootstrap CSS. Now the CSS we have updated. Now also update the JavaScript. So let's go below, and you will have the JavaScript option here. So just copy the JavaScript also and paste it inside the body section in the bottom. So we are going to paste it here and save this one. And if you go and refresh this page, hopefully the Bootstrap should come in picture, right? So now you can see the font has been updated. Now let's say if you wanted to little bit make it look better, and let's say if you wanted to put it within the container section, so that there should be some padding on the left and the right. So what we can do here is, let us go and put it a container within this, right? So here let's say div class container, and let's close the div and save this one. Sorry, it's, you should close the div below the end block. Save this one, and if you go and refresh this page, so now it is coming within the container, right? So now if you go and click on the second block also, it comes within the container. Now if let's say you would like to have some sort of menu bar on top of this, you can also give the menu bar. So simply if you just type here nav bar, and you will have the nav bar code here. So just scroll down and we have the nav bar here. So let's say if you want this nav bar with the modified content, you can simply copy this nav bar and you can just put it inside the base.html. Why you have to put it inside the base.html is because the nav bar you have to reflect on almost all the page, and obviously if that is the case, then you have to put it inside the base.html. So in this screencast series for Wagtail for the beginners, we have covered up like how to develop a simple blog, and you can also have the multiple users. You can also give the permission to other users so that they can also write their own blog and publish it. uh, so thank you so much once again for watching this screencast. Keep subscribe our YouTube channel so that I can make more and more videos. Obviously I just would like to give the credit, since we have completed the final screencast, and as we have updated in the final screencast, we have also updated the categories template, modify the categories and update in front end, and also we have updated the Bootstrap framework integration, right? And like I said, I just would like to give the credit for all the softwares, all the libraries which we have used. So the first and foremost thing that I would like to give a thanks to the Django community. And the Django is such a wonderful front-end framework, sorry, web framework. Uh, I mean, you can do anything. If you wanted to develop a website or the very custom built application, very complex application, or the web services, the REST APIs, you can do anything. So I just would like to thank you to the Django community for developing such a beautiful framework. The second thing, I just would like to also thanks to the Wagtail community. So Wagtail is an open source framework, as we have seen throughout the screencast, and you can develop the beautiful website, you can develop the e-commerce site, and you will have the complete control on the back end, front end, and the database. And there are a lot of things are also there in Wagtail. We are also planning for the advanced tutorial for so that you can develop something more complex using Wagtail. So we will be also covering, we are having the plan down the line. I also would like to thanks to the Bootstrap community, because of the Bootstrap, which is the front-end framework. Almost all the companies, you name it, they are using the Bootstrap. And apart from that, obviously the YouTube, the Google, which we should thanks, so that they offer a platform where we can uh, make a screencast and publish it, so that it is going to help more and more number of users. And obviously there are other softwares also which I have used during this screencast. So if you can if you are familiar with one software called let me take there's something called Gravit Designer. So Gravit Designer, if you can see the thumbnail which we have used for this screencast, so thumbnail I have designed it using the Gravit Designer. So it's very simple. So what I used to do is I simply use to uh, I mean modified something like that, and I used to do the changes. So let's say in this screencast I have added categories and template, right? So now, so this Gravit Designer is one of the beautiful design tool which we are using at Nescode. And I would request all of you also to use it. This is one of the wonderful tool. There is a free version. You will have also a paid version. So if you think yes, it is usable, feel free to purchase their paid version. Thank you so much once again for watching this screencast. Have a wonderful learning. Thank you so much.